Tom, you can't even see where the driveway is right now with the snow.
I built that driveway. I know where it is. Anyway, we're going to drive back there. We're going to turn around and we're going to back the trailer behind the house. And then we're going to unhook it and leave it here.
Who's going to pull us out if we get stuck?
Your brother. Don't try this at home. This is going on Rusty Judgment.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Rusty Judgment. Oh man, I just realized I'm trying to look into the sun. Whew. There's the sun. Isn't it? It's beautiful out here. There's no wind today. It's just the sun's out. And we have basement walls and we have waterproofing up. So the black line right there where it stops, that will be final grade. And so the house is gonna come down 2.5 feet. So then it'll just be like a couple foot little stairway up into like a big, like, I don't wanna say deck, but like an entryway platform that'll be in front of the house. So here is the waterproofing. Wow, that looks easy. Now that I see that, I could have done that myself. That, again, guys, this is all a learning experience. I thought this got glued on. Don't fall. Okay. Oh, it's literally just nailed there. That's interesting. This isn't what I thought we were doing, but... okay. Interesting, huh? Learn something new every day. I dropped my skid steer off here early today and I could still dig into the dirt with it, so that's good. So what we need to do now is we've got this is a 2-inch foam around the entire foundation, that'll get backfilled over and that'll just all get buried. Before that's done, I need to put the drain tile around the outside of the foundation next to the footings. And then I need to cover the drain tile around the perimeter. That's why the skid steer's out here. So we'll cover all that up with 3/4 inch washed rock so that if any moisture comes down in, it will run right through. It won't plug up the tile line, and then the water will get into the tile line, hit the system, and then get pumped out. And then I will also need to start backfilling the trench around the whole basement, basically. Everything around the basement needs to get filled in. So it's dirt up to the house. So we still have the big ramp cut into the ground over here where they drove the house down into. And then the small ramp on that side. I'm actually gonna fill in both of those ramps so that that's all already pre-backfilled. And then hopefully tomorrow when we get an inspection, we're good to go, and then I can backfill it all. Well, it's got a chunk of tile line in the way, or concrete. Not a good sign if I'm having to do this much on the first one. Not a good sign. Oh, this is not what I was hoping for. That should be okay there. I'm just gonna dump this pile of rock right next to the tile line because I'm not gonna be able to get in from above because of how that grading is. We're just gonna dump it so that I can hand shovel it in. And I don't want to hit the tile line. Now we want to get out of here without hitting anything by the house. Because we'll hand shovel that in. These jobs would probably be way easier with 2 people. Going to be tricky. All right, to show you what I was doing, it was super fun. I wish that's all I had to do today. So this right here, I filled all that in. I'm gonna end up filling all this in too, but it's fun shaping dirt and seeing what something can look like. I know it doesn't look like anything yet, but I'm gonna get back to putting the tile line in, try and get it all the way around the whole foundation, and then get all this rock in. And then I can do most of that backfilling, because most of this backfilling I can do without the inspection tomorrow. I just can't close it up to the house. I need to get the rest of the tile line fittings in and get the rock in the last section. Look at all that water we got sitting here because it just doesn't flow anywhere. So here's what I got moved in yesterday. This whole front section I got backfilled. This area over here. This over here I got all filled in. The ramp is mostly filled in now. I left it open down there so that the inspector can see everything. Honestly, I don't really know what all the guy looks for. So I just tried to leave the trench around the basement open. And then this end down here is where, over there is what I need to do yet. Oh yeah, it's all standing water, which isn't surprising to me because the roof is running off into the trench right now. It's super wet and muddy out. So we're gonna hop down in there. Let's see if we can get a fitting in there now. Put one of these in there and bring it away. Come on, water. You gotta be dripping on me. In hindsight, if I would have known what I was doing, I would have got out here immediately after the concrete was poured, in the footings anyway, and cleaned all these out. But I had no idea. Oh man, next time I'll know. This is a bear trying to deal with concrete in the way. Okay, let's try that now. I'm gonna have to get down in there and shovel. Alright, we're gonna go get one more for that other little section we've missed, and then we'll hop down and start shoveling it around. Alright, I think we're gonna hop down there and shovel it and see how far it goes. I could barely get up this morning. Not because I was tired, but because my body said, you shouldn't be moving today. But I told it, I'm sorry, I have to finish this. So every scoop of this shovel, every lift is hurting. Oh man. There's a lot of rust here. Oh, it's starting to look like something. I am having to quit though because that over there has been getting too hard. I'm having a tough time digging into it. It's looking good. I mean, it's starting to take shape. It's gonna take a lot longer and a lot more work, but I'll be out later again today and tomorrow to keep moving dirt.
There might be some rusty judgment going on right about now.
Dawn has not weighed in her opinion on what we're about to do here. So as you can see behind me, we got some snow. I had to stop backfilling because it was deep in the mud. And then since then we've gotten what, 6-8 inches of snow. And it's freezing now. At least we think it's freezing. Although the snow, sorry, let's talk this out. The snow is probably insulating the ground right now. So all that mud we left with is probably buried underneath this snow out here. But what we're doing is we have a trailer full of treated 2x8s to do all the top plates that will go on the top walls of the basement walls so that we can get all those bolted down, and then the house movers can come back and set the house down and we can bolt the house down.
You can't even see where the driveway is right now with the snow.
I built that driveway. I know where it is. Anyway, we're gonna drive back there, we're gonna turn around, and we're gonna back the trailer behind the house, and then we're gonna unhook it and leave it here.
Who's gonna pull us out if we get stuck?
Your brother. Alright, the only thing I'm concerned about is the mud potentially underneath this ground.
Yeah.
That's the
Maybe
only
you
concern
should bring it all the way back. Oh no! Oh man! Where are we going?
This is where we're turning around.
Oh, okay. You're gonna take out the trees.
I'm not taking out no trees. Oh, it is muddy. I can see a rut behind us. Oops.
Oh shoot.
Alright, hold on. I gotta turn traction control off.
What does traction control do?
It limits your tires from spinning.
Isn't that a good thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Here it is over here. It's a good thing if you don't want to spin, but in mud. So remember our Mexico trip?
Oh, yeah.
In mud, you need speed.
Okay. Should we just leave the trailer here and then see the ruts? I see standing water.
Oh, we're fine, Dom. We're
Alright.
fine.
You're doing well.
I know I am. I don't need you to compliment my driving. I'm just trying to get it lined up real nice. You were so worried. We're fine. Oh wow, there's a lot. See you. So we all know that Tom doesn't know what he's doing, right? With this house and driving and life.
But that's a topic for another day.
So I don't know. Does anyone? So I would like professional opinions. Anyone who knows anything about what we're doing here, can you leave? So we're in Minnesota. Is it okay to leave the trench open around the house all winter and it not freeze underneath the footings and heave the footings?
Oh, because the footings are exposed then, and they're supposed to be underground.
Yes, that's the whole point of
Footings,
doing
yeah.
footings, is you put the footings below the frost level, you bury everything next to it, and then you heat the basement inside so that when the temperature changes outside, your building is fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't go up, doesn't go down. Like a poured slab, like when you just pour a slab on the ground, that will come up and down with the freezing.
Okay.
So we're 5 feet down. We have footings. We have all the rock and tile lines and all that. So it's covered up, and then we have insulation. And now we have like 6-8 inches of snow down in there on top of it all.
Wow.
But is that going to be fine?
Maybe call the excavator.
He didn't answer me when I asked him. He just acted like, well, we're not going to be able to backfill. And I'm like, well, I'll start backfilling everything I can.
Yeah.
And like that pile that I was pulling out of to backfill, that's frozen solid now.
Yeah.
So that's where I keep wondering, like,
Yeah. Well,
is this okay?
why don't we unhook the trailer, and why don't you give him a call on Monday?
Okay. Also, anyone else notice there's a door above our egress window here? See that door go above the egress window?
It's gonna come out.
The door's going away.
Yeah.
Y'all can calm down. She'll be fine. All right, I'm gonna go and hook the trailer. Told you we were fine.
I know, I underestimated.
Super Duty.
Here is my apology. I mean, we're not back on the road yet, but
Oh, Dawn.
I apologize for doubting you.
You remember what your dad drove through with his Super Duty behind Diana's house?
Yeah.
Pulling an enclosed trailer through the snow?
Yep.
Be fine.
You guys are Minnesota cowboys.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen the basement at all, have you?
Yeah, I have.
Have you? And that's wide open again down there.
Oh, goodness.
Alright, so maybe it's a little soft. We're fine. Don't pull over the driveway though. Alright, good to go. My father-in-law came out here with the backhoe, and he should be out here right now breaking up all the clay, all the frozen clay that I couldn't dig into with the skid steer. So I guess because the backhoe has a much narrower bucket, it's able to dig into a lot more frozen stuff than a skid loader, because the skid loader's got such a wide blade on it. So he's out here at the lots breaking the pile up so I can start moving material. And I was messing around with skid steers and a bunch of other equipment trying to get stuff rolling. Anyway, I had to scrap all the plans, throw my skid loader back on the trailer, and take mine, even though I got an alarm buzzing at me because it's got something wrong with it. But we are just we're gonna give her the old college try. We're just gonna run it and hope that nothing bad happens, and try and get this backfilled, because like I said, it was -11 this morning. It's supposed to be up to like 16 degrees today, and then the 10-day isn't gonna get over 0. It's gonna be -20 below and just crazy cold. We need to get this backfilled quickly. Oh, awesome. Looks like the power company is sitting on the road getting ready to put poles in the ground to bring power up to the lots. That's awesome, because we need power. All right, they're straight ahead of me on the road. They're gonna bring poles up the road to the lots. Here is my father-in-law over here breaking the pile up so that I can start backfilling. We are just gonna unload this thing over here. Wow, that looks, oh, nice. Okay, cool. So he's breaking it all up. He's putting all the big chunks off to the side right there. We're gonna set the big chunks on top, but all this loose stuff is what he's piling there. We're gonna fill the whole center, the whole front with, and then we'll set the big chunks on top, because those will break down over the winter time. For now, I gotta get into the machine. Well, and after about 5 minutes of that, now my skid steer is trying to gel up on me. So they make a stuff, it's like a fuel additive that you can dump in your tank, and it'll essentially dilute the diesel into, basically, so it won't gel up. Because diesel in crazy cold conditions wants to turn to a gel, and then it's not going to run through your fuel system. Of course, I don't have any of that. I usually carry it with me on all my diesel vehicles, which is just, I've got that F350 with the plow on. Well, I broke the plow the other day, so it's sitting on in my in-laws right now, and all that stuff to treat diesel is over there. So anyway, I'm running back there yet again. It's almost 2 o'clock. I gotta go dump a bunch of that, grab it, come back, dump a bunch into the fuel tank. Hopefully it will pull out of it, because right now it is not running well. Well, I've been out here for a total of 30 minutes, and I'm gonna have to call it. I'm back on the trailer with the skid steer. This thing is acting like it's gelling up on me, which it shouldn't be, but that's sure how it's acting, and I want to get it on the trailer back into heat before it dies out in the yard here and I won't be able to do anything. So my father-in-law is going to get all this broken up today. It should be okay for tomorrow. At least that's what they tell me. And then hopefully tomorrow I can get a loader or something out here and get all this moved into backfill. You know, sometimes these days, they really don't like to go the way I want them to. Winter is really hard on stuff. Welcome back to the next day. It is -5 degrees out today. All of the equipment sat in the shop, in my in-laws' heated shop overnight. I got my skid steer out, and then I'm out here, just about here right now, to start moving clay to backfill. My father-in-law is going to come out in a little bit, and he's going to keep ripping the pile apart. I'm really hoping my machine runs good all day today. So, these diesels, oh, this road's really beat up. These diesels, so I said yesterday about how like the diesels turns into like a gel in the wintertime. Well, there's a winter blend that you can put in that is like recommended, because if you don't put in winter blend, like you're not gonna, it's just, no diesel's gonna run in the wintertime. But we had all that in, and for some reason, I don't know if there was some residual non-winter blend, but anyway, they ran like junk yesterday or didn't want to run. So we were predicting that the systems were starting to gel. So that's why we got them out of here and into the shop as soon as we could. But anyway, we also got a bunch of heat dumped into them, which is a product that you dump into the tank that's supposed to keep it from gelling. That didn't work either. So hoping today that I can just run this machine all day today, no problems, because again, it's -5 out, and it's not getting any warmer. Like, as far as you can see on our forecast, it's just colder and colder. I really want to get this stinking thing backfilled because I got like 15 other things I need to be working on right now. So I'm gonna get to it. All right, there you go. They're gonna drill the first hole to set the first pole out here to bring power to us. Heyo, just like that, we have a pole. So they're gonna put one more over here, and then they're gonna string the wire from there to here, and then they're gonna put the transformer on top of that pole, and then that transformer will serve both this house and the house next door when we put that one in next spring. So we'll have one big transformer for both of these houses right here. Pretty awesome. What do you know? It's been probably 5-6 hours since we talked last. My father-in-law's out here trying to break the frozen ground up. That frozen ground is probably 18 inches thick, and so he's just gonna push it up into a pile now. I did end up getting everything around the house is buried now. It's sloped away the way we wanted for winter. Now the problem is we got to get that house set down, because it's good that we have it backfilled, but the inside is freezing just like the outside was. So I need to get the house down like ASAP, and then we need to get all the windows boarded up so that stuff can't go in and out. Then we got to get some kind of a heat source in the basement so that it still doesn't freeze. I'll show you how far we got and what it looks like. It's all backfilled. It's not the prettiest because we're dealing with frozen ground, and we're really just trying to cover up the walls and the footings so that they don't freeze. We'll make it pretty in the springtime, but for now, it is what it is. Not pretty, but covered up. We're gonna jog back here. Oh man. All right, now back here. We are not pretty. Cover it up. Oh man. And then over here, we are just covered up. Oh man, I think my hand's gonna fall off. Oh, and we have power. They strung the lines. We got a transformer. The transformer seems tiny. Alright, here it is. Okay. Actually, it's ridiculously cold out. So the power is over there at the road now. The house is backfilled. Now I need to get the top plates on so we can get this house set down so we can close it off. Yeah, man, I'm freezing.